black men are being portrayed as men who do not protect our
Well,
women.
that's
where I was going.
But see, don't put yourself in that situation to where you even in that situation.
And that's another thing I do not like about this current climate is simply because they're treating black people like a monolith, you know what I'm saying? Like we're supposed to all be the same, think the same, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and no, like...
Do y'all feel that black men don't protect black women?
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
No. Like, the black woman is the most unprotected woman in this world.
In the world, period.
Period. Because we're on the bottom of the totem pole, like with white men, with Asian men, especially with our own men. You know what I'm saying? White men cherish their white women. If you do something to them, they coming for you. You know, if somebody do something to them, you know, they coming for you.
Yeah.
But if black women do something, it's like, oh, she must have had an attitude of what did she do to deserve it type shit. What she do? You know, if we get the benefit of the doubt, I mean, we don't get the benefit of the doubt. You know, people automatically assume we did something to receive, you know, this certain treatment. Yeah. And then it's that strong black woman mentality too, that black men see their mamas being strong and they feel like every woman is cut like that, but they come from a different generation where they didn't show emotion.
Yeah.
So just because they hid their emotion, now this generation of women are suffering because we wear our hearts on our sleeve, and it feels like at this point we're being abused or emotionally mistreated.
Yeah. And with black men, we have to understand that it's not a personal attack on us, but historically, black men, we ain't been the best.
We ain't up to par.
And I'm not saying it's all our fault.
It's not y'all's fault at all, though. It stems from slavery. Because when black men used to try to protect the black woman, they would get murdered or beaten.
Yeah.
Some slave masters would take these black men's wives and rape them, and they had to listen to their wives and they're screaming, and they felt helpless. And it built anger inside the black man as well, because now he feels like less of a man because this man that came and took my wife, raped my wife, couldn't do nothing about it.
Took my kids and sold them.
And then now you really don't want to sleep with this person. You know, you feel this guilt with this person all the time.
And they portrayed it beautifully.
But
like 12 years a slave too.
So you feel like it's worse for a black woman than a black man?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't feel that way.
It is because.
But the thing is, we got you. So you got us protecting you, whether it's your mama, your sister, or your grandmother, or your aunt. You have us protecting you. You don't necessarily have to be your woman, but you have black women who guide you on that path.
Well, yeah, I agree with that part, but I'm saying like it ain't no it's movements to protect black women. Like women empowerment in general don't just mean it means all women.
No.
They don't got shit that includes black men like that.
No.
Black Lives Matter was started after Trayvon Martin
and
the decision. Literally.
But what you gotta understand with women, there's women's rights, and then there's people be like, you're a feminist, you're a feminist. I'm not a feminist. I consider myself, like Angela Davis said, a black revolutionary. I'm not a feminist because feminism was for white women. That was designed because they wanted to oppose against their, you know, I want to work in the office with you, I want to do this. And they fought for themselves and still treated black women like shit. We weren't a part of the movement.
What was the secretary?
And the reason why they gave white women, they gave women voting rights is because they really didn't want to get a black man voting rights. So if they had to give a choice between giving white women voting rights or giving black men voting rights, they went ahead and passed that act with the Women's Act or whatever.
Right.
And then in 1968, what is it? 1967. Anyway, the Civil Rights Act got passed and black men were able to vote. 1965.
Yeah.
So it's just like black women were never put in this equation. It's always either a fight for y'all or like we never had a personal fight. You know what I'm saying?
That
like
makes sense.
feminism, white women look down on us all the time. All the time. We're not a part of their movement. White feminism was the white woman against
you don't
the
see
white
black
man.
people out there protesting with the white women.
And black women get ignored on every level. Like point place in general, Breonna Taylor situation wasn't publicized or made mainstream until a couple of months ago, even though she died all the way back in March. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear what Charles Barkley said?
Yeah, I heard that.
What happened with this situation? I ain't even.
I don't.
He
It's not verbatim.
No, I can say it verbatim.
Don't say it verbatim.
He said verbatim. We have to take it to the account that her boyfriend shot at the police officer and struck the police officer.
So it's not as serious as George Floyd.
It's not as serious as George Floyd or Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah, I'm trying to say.
That's literally what he said.
He said that on national fucking TV.
And then the reason why he killed.
But they kicked in the door at 2 o'clock in the fucking morning.
He didn't know the police.
It was 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's like kick your door at 2 o'clock in the morning. You got stuck. You're gonna shoot.
Exactly.
But this is what we're talking about right here. It's the patriarchy. Because if that was a black man, I'm pretty sure Charles Barkley wouldn't have said that shit. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have said, "Oh, if her boyfriend didn't shoot back when he thought it was an intruder, you blaming him for her death." Like literally, y'all filled her with bullets.
Right.
And this man locked up still, ain't he?
Nah, he free. And they dropped the charges. They can't because he literally was defending his home right after he shot. He fucking called the he had a CHL. He called the police. Like, does that sound like somebody who?
And then on the call, he's like somebody was trying to break in. He didn't say police kicking in the door. He didn't know who it was. So therefore, that case, like, I don't get it. He didn't even know who it was.
Exactly.
But did they go in the right? They were going in the wrong house though, right?
They went to the right location. They were looking for her ex-boyfriend.
But now there's an FBI investigation into the warrant. It's already started. It's in its processes. But they're trying to see if the warrant that the officer who was charged in getting the warrant was even legal. Because he forged a lot of stuff.
But they already dropped the cases. Every double jeopardy.
No. Federal court.
This is going, and it's a different person who wasn't.
Supreme Court. What do you mean?
The person who signed off on.
It was in the state court.
The person who signed off on
The
yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's all fucked up. It's all.
But what just happened when they talking about like I'm sorry to Brianna family? What just happened?
Because they got acquitted.
Get off?
Yeah, they got acquitted. That's why all these persons.
They got hit with like a manslaughter or
wanton endangerment.
Yeah, shooting the wall, the neighbor's wall.
He got charged for the shots that he missed.
Wow.
Literally.
So basically, the neighbor's wall got more justice than.
And the neighbors were white. So the context of all this, but the DA on the case, Daniel Cameron, was the same Daniel Cameron who spoke at the Republican National Convention.
Looking like a dumbass.
Looking like a dumbass, preaching the, the
speaking
Trump,
for us.
the Trump agenda, speaking the Trump propaganda,
For black folks.
and then gonna turn around and do some shit like this. You the DA, bro. But in your inaugural speech, you or actually when you were running for campaign, you literally made a full Facebook post thanking the Fraternal Order of Police, saying how he plans to work close hand in hand with them. He can't wait to get started.
But his hand in hand, man, what you thought his hand in hand
Nah,
was.
bro.
His hand in hand, but I'm gonna help y'all more than I help anybody else.
Who help who?
No, the police.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
His mind state was, I'm gonna help y'all. Y'all can mean anybody. But his y'all is this y'all, not that y'all.
Exactly.
I'm gonna help y'all with everything, you know what I'm saying?
That's why the lawyer said release the transcript, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to cuss.
Nah, yeah, you can
Alright, so release the transcripts, my nigga. Because simply we can see detail what evidence the DA presented, what argument the DA made in the first place, and you know what I'm saying?
The key thing about this all to me was her ex-boyfriend really that dangerous?
Right.
That's what everybody not looking at. Was he really that dangerous when you pull up
man,
at 2 o'clock in the morning?
They don't give a fuck.
Did you see, nigga, I shed a tear because I saw all the bullet holes through the windows, the walls. Nigga, it went through shit. It went through shit like this. It went through shit like this that wasn't even supposed to be hit. Like you would look in the pictures, you'd be like, that hoe went to the motherfucking DVD player?
Exactly.
You like, so y'all really shot.
What was it, like 5 or 6 shots?
Nigga, no, this is the real deal.
Yeah. No, they fired up to 22 shots.
Yeah, exactly.
And anything outside that is like bullshit.
Literally.
Like we
and
no, but clarify what you mean. black women that look. I want from her perspective.
What do you mean?
You said black women that looked at as objects.
As objects or options like sex symbols or, you know, it's always something dealing with misogyny.
What can we do better as black men to protect black women?
In what sense? Like what?
Overall, like
overall,
learn and listen.
Yes, it's not a generalization because it's not one way to fix something. It just case by case scenario. But it's not like I'm not just blaming black men. It's a two-way street.
For sure.
So what black people need to do as a whole is address the mental illness within our community, mental health issues, and then the financial disparities. It's because you can't take care of me, I can't take care of you really, and we at each other's throat when we really should be hustling, trying to get some money, but we so hungry, you know, or this is about to get cut off, or we about to get put out, and we at each other's throat because we can't attack the person who's causing these issues, you know, the systematic, systematic racism, you know, but when your energy, it's called a low vibration.
But it's set up like that, it's keeping poor.
Yeah, when you work off a low vibration, but you can be the poorest person and enlighten yourself.
Yeah.
And everything around you, like, there's no way that it could piss you off. You know what I'm saying?
Because literally you're in tune with everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's just like, black women, it's just, we get it at work. We get it at home.
Well, that's where rules come in. Can't wear it like
Brittany
works at a job where she can wear her certain colors.
But
if you're the only black person working in there and you're the only one with these things, who are you talking about?
Exactly.
Let me even just say this. Me and Brittany can go into the gas station and two white girls can be going in with us. They will look me and basically undress me and Brittany with their eyes. And you know, hold the door for the white woman and just be polite and shit. You know, hey, how are you doing? But hey, what's up with you? You know, you got a man. You know, it's never anything polite. It's always just instantly sexualized. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang. And black men, me personally, I know I grew up around black men, so I know how to operate. I be extra nice on purpose. And they be like, they think I'm fucking with them. I'm like, nah, bro, that's not how it works. I just don't want you. I was just checking on you. I'm checking on your mental health. I do it all the time. I just one dude inbox me. I'm like, you good?
Yeah.
You know I'm in a relationship, right? You good? Like, alright.
Niggas do be forgetting, man.
No, I'm just saying, like,
niggas don't give a fuck.
But no,
niggas don't give a fuck, bro.
Even then, I'll be like, you know, how's your day? How you been? That's good. Then we start talking about other shit. I'm like, nah, that ain't what
See,
we
I ain't never
about.
been. You know what I'm saying? I just.
That's how I am though. Because I know men need to talk too. People be acting like men don't supposed to have conversations.
What was I just saying? I was just saying, like, men get this talk. You know
men not like they don't supposed to have conversations and stuff like that. Like y'all have issues, y'all have things that are set up as double standards as well. So
when you got this hoe,
you know, like I understand this shit.
You need the racks at the hoe, man.
It's just like, but with men sometimes. It's hard with black men because y'all will turn around and mistreat us, and then we go to work and then we don't feel protected because we got to deal with this shit at work. Then we got to deal with the kids. Then it's like we got to deal with our own emotional trauma, and that's why I said all of us,
while trying to
not just, but then you think about it. Black men got it bad too. When you growing up, you got to be a man. You ain't this, you a bitch. You gay. You weak. You know, you got to be the coldest player or you the weakest player.
We programmed that way.
Exactly.
You programmed
to when you get older, you understand all this shit is supposed to be.
Player.
I know, but we programmed
the coldest engineer or
yeah, that's why.
For when you growing up, you trying to impress your uncles and shit by being the biggest player. Like,
but you know what impressed my granny the most out of everything that she ever saw me do in her life is when they said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" You look like a football player. I said, "A scientist." And she said, fuck the head of like a scientist.
Right.
This is the 90s, nigga. You ain't gonna never be a scientist.
Right?
This is the 90s. That's how you look at me like, this is the 90s. That was white people.
I was like,
I'm telling you, the ways that we been programmed, like growing up in certain households and certain situations, the reason why our relationships
I can't
be
feel
fucked up.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think of your mind like a computer. Like
it's programmed.
You just gotta reprogram it because it's.
But it's hard. It's hard
with
to
us
do.
men,
You gotta go through shit.
You know what I understand? I'm not even. I'm dead ass serious because Shano, I I have the worst attitude out of.
Yeah.
I really do. Like I literally have to. So what I had to do is take a step back and look at how I could make a situation better from my standpoint and stop worrying about how everybody else's energy is contributing to my attitude.
Right.
So like with my mom, Shano, I ain't fool her. You know, I ain't talk to her like this. But I literally stepped back and I was like, okay, this is her situation. I'm gonna fool with her with these parameters. Like, we're not gonna go here. We're gonna stay here.
Right.
And I did that. And Shana see our relationship now.
Yeah.
Long as you stay out of my business, you mind your business. I work on my mental health. I meditate. I may not be a Christian, but I still pray to my ancestors. I pray. You know, I still do these things to enlighten myself.
Yeah.
And affirmations. And even things like, y'all probably think this shit's, but if I'm irritated and I can't figure out why I'm irritated, I'll journal. And then a few days later, I go back to my journal like, what the fuck was I saying?
Big facts.
Yeah.
And see, and that's why I love her, man, because we can sit here and we have these conversations on men and women. She gives me to me from a woman's perspective. So
you always gotta hear her side.
You always gotta hear her side. And always, you know what I'm saying? And
you gotta hear their side because you're not them, just like they should hear our side. But they kind of see our side before we even talk to them.
yeah, of course.
But so that means you gotta go a little bit deeper.
But see,
about
when I say,
situation.
but see, that's the thing with me. I don't separate the black man and the black woman issue because it's all the same issue.
That's what I was saying.
It's all the same issue. So it ain't what the black man not doing with the white, or I mean with the black woman is not doing. That's the anti-blackness. That's that, you know what I'm saying, self-hatred shit. We're not gonna be worried about that. What we gonna be worried about is changing that narrative.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be like,
I've been looking for this shit.
This woman has been through hell. She's been through hell with me. So for me to step out and leave, nigga, I ain't never found another like it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, in today's society, everybody's programmed.
Yeah, but fellas,
and you can't reprogram no woman today because it's the media's what you feed.
You can't program no woman, but you can reprogram anything you have been.
I'm not saying
in the exception of consciousness.
That's a misconception. Y'all heard it wrong. I'm not saying like program a woman, but like if somebody, period, is a social media person, that's all they've been doing, they've been single for 10 years, then they finally meet a guy.
Listen.
You're not gonna change that right away.
Listen.
And you gotta deal with that shit.
Niggas go for what they see and not what's like
really underneath
and what's good. Because if no, but it's whatever impresses your humble. It's like, this girl is not that good looking, but she got the best personality.
Not me, I go for what type of woman it is.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying the dudes today, so girls think that this is the certain type of dude. You know, they gonna go the same route. Bring me some food and you gonna pay my bill and get my hair done. You gonna do this, you gonna do that. But that's what they expecting because that's what all the other niggas is doing.
Yeah. But women be competing with other women about what they think that another nigga doing for them, and that woman could have got that shit on her own.
Yeah. That's my biggest pet peeve.
What?
Like, hey, they say, I've been dating somebody else. She gonna try to compete with everybody else in the Kardashians. And what all the women niggas do. Yeah, they trying to keep up with the Joneses. They want you to do it.
I promise you, man. We argue about the smallest, pettiest things, but they're valid.
He been laying on you this whole time. That's what he was laughing at.
Black blend in with the couch.
He had his paw on Shannon. They didn't even know.
Yeah, he didn't even know it.
Nah, he been asleep on you the whole time. He was asleep on you the whole time. He didn't even realize it.
Y'all come to the whole time.
I ain't gonna lie, something happened to this nigga, I'm gonna cry.
I am too, nigga. I'm attached to him.
Everybody is. We all gonna be upset.
This is like the best.
So if y'all dog die, y'all gonna have a funeral?
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
And I'm getting my dog cremated.
We used to do this shit as a kid. We had a dog and we buried in the backyard.
Yeah, I'm cremating all my dogs. I'm getting cremated unless I can find somebody who know how to do a natural mummification.
Yeah. Don't you think that's the most reasonable thing to do?
What?
Cremate a motherfucker.
Yeah.
People can't afford funerals, bro.
But then who's really gonna come fucking visit you like that? Like, how often do you really
and I'm left to guilt trip my whole life.
To the sympathy. cemetery. Like
Exactly.
And I'm looking
You are
guilty. I'm living life, and I haven't
It's
got
a
a chance
waste
to go
of
back to my
bread.
mom's grave. I haven't got a
Real
chance to go back to my grandma, and they all in Loreland in Dallas.
Who wants to go to a fucking cemetery where every scary movie sometime, well, back in the 70s and 80s,
But it says
was made in the
it's not
cemetery?
at peace. You don't see kings
Yeah,
like Egyptians. They ain't get
This
buried
is
with
King
everybody
Tut
else.
with everybody
They
else.
One
had-
One thing about it, they literally just found like 24 more sarcophaguses.
I saw that on YouTube.
Yeah, in Egypt right now. But you know when they open, and they was all mummified. When they open those sarcophagus, it ain't gonna be no rats in there, bugs in there.
None of that shit.
Ain't gonna be none of that shit in there because they knew the process of mummification to preserve
Without
your
technology.
vessel for your next life. You know what I'm
Without
saying?
technology.
Without technology, yes. Because they reached enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? The pyramid reaches a point into the sky. The pyramid is literally designed to where when the sun hits a certain point in the sky, it beams and shines into the pyramid.
So you can see the tomb.
So you can see the tombs. And where they did
And the pyramid is also a
and
pyramid.
literally where they did the embalming at is like a chamber. It's like a chamber that's 100 feet down.
Yes, they went below the body.
They went
to
below
do the burial.
to some extra
But
burial.
see, the Egyptians believed the goal in life was not to be reincarnated, because if you were reincarnated, that meant that you didn't complete your life's goals on Earth, and then you would be sent back.
How could you be reincarnated?
That was their beliefs.
They lied.
Simply, no. Simply from the premise of science where it says energy can never be destroyed, only
It only
transferred.
transfers.
I don't want to be reincarnated.
But this is what I was trying to get to on that part. They said that people typically do not come back once they have reached their goal of enlightenment. So once you've done your purpose,
Yeah.
you won't come back. Some
But
people,
what if you ain't achieve your purpose and you die, you will come back?
that's what the Egyptians were saying.
Yeah.
I gotta get to it.
Yeah, no, because even like this stepmama got a reading, and this lady told her this was her last time coming back.
Yeah.
She had been here 4 times. And she told his stepmama, like, this your last time.
Time
So
is
you
a
come back
continuous loop,
But
y'all.
you
Like
come
time
back
is
as a kid
fluid.
again?
Our point in
You come
time
back
is different from.
It's so
The word
crazy
recycle was named for a
because
reason.
Exactly.
we are just our ancestors'
It's the rhythm, the
spirits
circle of life.
recycling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
the circle of life.
In order to, first of all, we in the womb, this is why the woman is important. We're the only ones who are able to create life. We're the only ones who are able to procreate,
And
to naturally
sustain
use
life.
our second chakra.
So
Yeah.
that God.
So yeah,
Literally.
like the gut feeling is coming from our womb. So when a woman's womb is polluted, their mind is unbalanced. Whether it's a pH balance or something else that's going off, it causes everything else to be off.
Yeah.
So it's like literally the womb for the woman. This is the starting for everybody.
Right.
Procreating.
You said something about head to toe one time we was having this conversation. Something like
I'm gonna tell you something. You just
Oh
said.
yeah,
She
it
just
doesn't.
threw some.
Oh yeah, energy. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
in your
no,
body.
They think
Yeah.
your body works from here down, but really what
It
happens?
works from here up.
Yeah, it works
here.
because
I know
when
that.
something don't feel right, it starts in the stomach and
The
it
stomach
sends a
tightens.
signal to your brain. You be like, dang, that shit don't
So
feel
when
right.
you see the
Nah,
ancient
that's real.
Egyptian, when you
That's
see the
real.
ancient Egyptians do like this as they meditating, and even Buddhists,
They do the same
Hindus, this is it. I don't want to get too deep in history, but Egypt was an empire. They had a lot of things. They traded with neighboring countries too. This wasn't no, niggas living in dirt huts type shit. Like no, these niggas was sophisticated.
Kings, queens, princes,
Yes.
prince.
Doing alchemy, science, to figure out
They were geniuses.
Metaphysics.
Because
metaphysics.
today, a person cannot build a pyramid today. They still,
And
trying,
literally,
they still trying to figure out how to
It's
build
the
a pyramid.
metaphysics, bro. The
You
metaphysics
don't
when
think it's
you
possible?
Nope.
just when they meditate.
With the machines,
Yeah.
but they have machines like machines.
Nigga, I think it could be done. Nigga just too lazy.
Nigga, it can be done by us.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the pyramid is not built like a triangle.
Nigga,
No,
you have to
it's built
understand,
from here
each
down in the
brick-
same shape and form.
Bro,
Each
what would
brick
be the
costs
point of building
400
the
tons.
It's ancient. It's our
Each
history.
brick
But
costs
what's the point?
weighs
What's the point
400
of
tons,
rebuilding
bro.
it?
To me, I think if
They aligned it with the stars.
thought
I
they
really
wanted this
honestly
shit, man.
feel
What's the point in building?
A pyramid.
Simply because it was it's a transition. It's like for
So
them.
it's no pyramids.
the ultimate-
It's no pyramids Okay, then what
It
the
is
fuck you gonna
pyramids.
build
It's
another one for?
hundreds of
Like that
thousands.
shit, that shit's
It's
pointless.
thousands of pyramids.
Egyptians' ultimate goal, death, they were really, like, they praised death. So when you die, you know how you have a big celebration for your wedding or like a big celebration for your baby shower. Like, death was something to not be scared of.
I don't praise it, but I agree with it because
It wasn't anything.
I'm not dying to live. I'm living to die. So like the only reason why I don't want to die is because the people who depend on me and
your
my
earthly
life, how I know it affect them. Like how I know I don't want to die before my mama.
That's your earthly vessel.
Yeah, but I know the pain my mama would feel if I died before, like type of shit like that. But other than that, I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna tell you something that proves what you just said.
I wouldn't kill myself though.
What you just said is what Stack said to me. I don't want to die because he was Santa Claus, he was the father, he was the uncle, he was if anybody, her, me, him, her, if they needed something, you call Stack. You have to pay a price.
That's how he did with me.
You have to pay a price. But guess what? He died early because he was a good man.
Man, I miss that nigga, bro.
He was a good man. He was full of knowledge.
And he talked
Brian,
to me.
my uncle and my daddy, swear to God, he was retarded or stupid in some way. But why was he able to take what y'all learned and make it into a fucking business? Why was he? Our Christmases good because of him. Why was he able to pay this person rent, this person rent, this person rent, and not be broke?
And he didn't take care of y'all.
And then take care of himself.
Yeah, take care of himself.
After that.
Yeah, and his family.
He was on probation for a whole 2 years where he couldn't go out to sell dope. He couldn't sell cars. None of that. You know what? It didn't bother him because he had $200,000 sitting up under his fucking shirt in the house, buried up under his shirt because he already made his money. So that man was really, he died early because he did his motherfucking thing. Ain't a lot bad. He got his skeletons, but that ain't my business.
Yeah.
Tell whatever he did.
Everybody got.
Because you know what? His skeletons were angels to us or greatness to us. Because we don't know how much blood was on the shit that we got.
And paid for the work he had to put in.
But guess what? He never went to jail for it. So it wasn't that goddamn bad.
Your dad never went to jail too. It's because of Prince Hall Masons and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So we ain't go there.
What is it that gives us this consciousness, this collective
But
consciousness?
other planets don't have a collective consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Or they ain't found it.
We don't know that. They ain't found it too far away.
You been on another planet?
No, I'm saying, I'm talking about they haven't found other living. You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, it's other shit out there.
Yes, obviously, it's other aliens.
Listen,
or UFOs.
they just ran the test.
But they don't have like a. I be wondering like do they have a city like
they
that?
just ran that test in Antarctica with space charged.
We probably the ones that's behind on this planet. Shit.
Right. They like these niggas.
No, it can't be because it's
real time.
Oh yeah, so they just sitting there watching us like look at these fools, look at these fools. Quantum jet.
We the ones looking at UFOs like damn, that's some crazy shit.
They kind of looking at us like
Now they talking about. They found life on Venus.
Lost like a motherfucker on Earth.
They found life on Venus, supposedly a microbe on Venus. And I'm like,
yeah, right.
why the fuck would you want to discover some shit?
Let's tell them this.
Why the fuck would you want to discover some shit that can live
They be
on
coming
Venus?
over here fucking with us, bro.
They got coronavirus.
You see that They over here fucking with us, bro.
Yeah, man, the microbes in Venus atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, first of all, Venus is like hotter than hot. Venus is like 500 degrees, 1,000 some degrees. Something is hot than a bitch. And yet something can survive.
I've been wanting to see some shit, man.
Okay, you are just like me. I don't believe anything until I see it. Even then, that's what my mom and them used to get mad at me because I couldn't be Christian because I couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But
if
you can't see spirituality.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, spirituality.
You feel it.
But you believe some of the shit, right?
No way.
In what? Like the Bible?
I respect everybody who believe in what they believe in. That's what they do.
Yeah, whatever it takes you to get through this madness, whatever you gotta lean on to survive in this world, black people go ahead and do
But
it.
your conscience is everything.
Your conscience is, man.
Because that's the only thing that stays with you when you die.
But you got two consciousnesses. You have upper self, you have lower self.
Yeah, but when people operate in their lower vibration, they don't have much control over their life. You know what I'm saying? Or the outcomes, and they're always easily upset, easily frustrated. Things don't seem to go well for those type of people who operate in low vibrations all the time. But high vibration people, which is your upper self, operating in your upper self, use their head more and can think on a clear mindset regardless if the situation is in their favor or not. They can still think with that same mindset even when someone is trying to alter your mood. But people who live in a low vibration are easily, swayed into bad situations.
I know people like that.
But see, that's why colon health is important. Chadwick Boseman just died from colon.
Yeah, because it literally, they say energy, this, that. Your tuition not going to be clear if your womb is filled with fibroids and cysts and stuff. Because it's cloudy. You can't think clear when your body has a dis-ease. People say disease, but it's a dis-ease. Like
it makes you
it makes you uncomfortable. And people just write it out because you say disease. It sounds like just disease. It's dis-ease.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
Like you're not comfortable. It's something causing dis-ease on your body.
That's right.
And that's why protecting your gut health, man, that's important. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Babe told me to get a colonic. Get a colonic. Well, I think I might have told Shano.
What do a colonic do?
So basically, you lube this tube up, and stick the
It's
tip.
too early for you to get this.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I'm 29.
By the time you turn 30,
Both my parents died from cancer.
That's because you wanted it.
I had a colonic in
You said
26.
you wanted something.
Nah, bro, I
My uncle
promise
was diagnosed with the shit. So I was like, why not?
Literally.
yeah, our family have a history of
We have a
colon
history of
cancer,
it.
prostate.
my dad died from liver cancer. My mom died from breast and bone cancer.
It was
bro.
It's to
worse
protect
for
your
your
health.
life.
I can't
It's to
tell
protect
you.
I'm
That's
telling you,
what I'm
it's
saying.
easy.
Just to stay.
It's not.
But see, it's a complex for me because my parents died from cancer, from a disease, like both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So it's like his big ass nigga hitting this. So it's like we gotta take care of ourselves. That's why I'm like, damn, we gotta take care of ourselves. That's why me and McCole be on vegan because I had to literally watch somebody who took care of me my whole life. Like literally take care of him while he's dwindling, withering away from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And now that I had the knowledge that I have, I could have recommended so much shit to him.
But everything is meant to happen.
Yeah, everything is meant to happen for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like you know now.
But I don't want to see that for us. I don't want us to be in our 50s. These women living to their 80-something, 90-something, and yet us men, us black men, are dying at 43 and 59 and in their 50s and 40s and 30s.
That's only like 13 years and 12 years and 11 years away from y'all.
My dad was on his deathbed. Like literally, I took care of him the last year of his life on hospital. He told me this. He was like, I wish I had more time, man. I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time to get right. I wish I had more time.
Because that's why you young, you gotta be spreading value out here. You gotta do what you gotta do right now, every day. But people waste time every fucking day.
And I'm
that's why when they finna die, they be like, damn, I wish I could do this shit again. Like, no, I ain't gonna have no regrets.
Real shit. And then my daddy told me when he died, nigga, follow your dreams.
You got to, bro.
He was like, son, and it was like a few months before he died. He was still coherent. He'd be like, yeah, son, I just want you to follow your dreams.
Can you remember that shit I sent you the other day on Instagram?
For what?
With that lady.
Yeah,
when she was talking about cause you was in the thing too, huh? When she was talking about she had to make them sacrifices and follow her dreams, and she had to upset family members.
Now you're coming.
That's real shit, but you know, most of us be afraid to upset the people that's around us. Like we go, like motherfucker looking at you like, oh, this nigga left or forgot about it. Yeah. You gotta go do your thing, then come back and get your people. You gotta sacrifice that. Fuck how they feel right now.
You got to.
I mean,
you gotta go do it.
And if your family was stiff, they would already
Cause
know
most
this
people don't
shit.
believe in shit, bro. Like nobody believe you could be Oprah or Jay-Z.
None of this shit.
Like right now.
They'd rather wait till the shit actually happens.
Exactly,
Then
niggas like that nigga goofy as fuck.
It's like we have a whole business sitting right here. Like
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Marcus can cook. Like I be thinking all the time, man, I don't get this restaurant. I don't want to cook. Marcus can come cook. Marcus
like this team right here, this is a team.
We gotta do that together. Nobody gotta do it by
This is a team, bro.
Definitely.
And see, and that's what we've been trying to, we trying to do this group economics. You know what I'm saying? That's why I love Shano and Brittany so much, because whenever me and McCall fall on hard times, we come to Big Bro and he be like, of course y'all can come, and then it's group economics. You know what I'm saying? Now we bumped our heads a few times. You know what I'm saying? But
sometimes you gotta bump your head.
Sometimes you gotta bump your head, and now we know the second go around, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna look at the situation like, oh, they trying to get over on me, oh, I'm trying to get over them, or be at odds or nothing like that.
Right.
You just gotta.
But at the end of the day, that's a black problem.
That's a black problem.
That's a black problem. Nobody else has that problem. You see Mexicans live in the house 12 deep. And nobody
without they aunties, uncles.
We might not see it. Bro. They might be complaining, but at the end of the day, he got a house.
Most of us don't got financial literacy either.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Them motherfucker going to the bank, they cash about 5 different checks, nigga, from
like
a couple months ago.
Oh, for real?
You know what I mean? Like, man, like, bro, them niggas live together, shit, they build up to where shit, one person gets the first work truck, nigga, and they work out of that one work truck. Now the next person gets the next truck.
And ego.
Now they got two trucks.
But see,
it's not being taught, it's being deprived.
But you know what it is? For black people, it's the way that this scenario is being marketed to us. This scenario is being marketed as a Facebook fad, where people, you pay me $350, you pay me $500, you're gonna get $350 back. But that same principle, the Zuzu principle, is what the Asians use, what the Hispanic use, where we all collectively bring in 10,000.
But say, any other culture, all this shit, man, they don't, nigga, goddamn throw threats out there to keep kids out the motherfucking house already. Like, goddamn 14, 13, so they hit you type.
Instead of saying kids are not, we're technically, you shouldn't make your child leave the house till they got 27.
I mean, no, let your kid keep doing that shit. They do have a kid.
You see Devin and Britannia?
First of all, none of my kids might have to know fucking 18 unless you're going out to somebody's college.
Nigga, doing something.
You're not leaving my house if you're not prepared for this world.
And
you know what I'm saying? It's my duty to get you prepared for this world. And if I feel like you're not prepared, you're not leaving my house.
Under that one roof. And Devin's like, I'm not leaving until I get married.
I mean, y'all can all hit this up.
And now Devin credit A1 Yola. She a doctor now because she had that structure.
Yeah.
For where she can live with her mom and daddy, rent free.
Well, that's why we're here, because all the shit we suffered through. Look, my sister went through shit. That's my sister. You went through shit, you more clear. You went through shit. Y'all two came together, and instead of bumping heads,
it was fake. It was meant to me.
Nigga, we know this. I'm saying, my thing is everybody has to have that common ground.
Y'all don't even understand, but
no, nigga, I understand.
You ain't gotta explain it right now. You
ain't gotta go into detail.
You know, nigga.
But what I say, that on my shirt that you made for me.
What?
It says, a wise man learns from others' mistakes, and a fool learns from their own.
Yeah.
Fools learn from their own mistakes because they do stupid shit.
I was gonna tell you that I don't necessarily agree with that.
I do because
I'm a wise fool.
I'm a wise man. If he sees something to his daddy, he sees something to his mama, he sees something to his sister, he's seeing this shit, so he's not making the same mistakes.
But they ain't me.
She keeps walking under me. I can't move. I'm sorry.
We can go through the same.
That's what makes you a wise man.
No, bruh. It's different.
That makes you a wise man.
Okay, look, we're gonna go to this. Do you think every woman treat every nigga the same? It depends on the nigga.
Exactly.
So that's the same thing.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Just because he went through that with that, like that don't mean that this woman is a bad seed because he didn't flourish in this situation. It depends on the nigga, bro.
That's a whole different narrative.
No, it ain't. You just said, what you said? A wise man learns from others' mistakes, and a fool learns from their own. Okay, that's the same.
Because you're gonna keep making different mistakes because he ain't trying to see what's going on.
A wise man learns from others' mistakes, and a fool
learn from his own. I don't believe it.
Because a fool keep making mistakes. He keep getting locked up, he keep getting in trouble. But a wise man, I'm a wise man.
But no, you
you
said a fool learn from his own mistake. So if he learn from his mistake, he ain't gonna keep getting locked up.
And he become a wise man.
No, but
exactly.
But a wise man.
I literally just heard a wise man
is in trouble.
And I really did just
But I'm saying, just because that was your experience, don't mean it's gonna be my experience.
A wise man is really just an old fool, man. He was a fool back in the day to learn these things. He had to.
No, cause look. Well,
my daddy said, don't be a young smart dude and then grow up to be an old fool.
Yeah.
That's the old saying. Don't be a young smart man and grow up to be an old fool. That means you learned all this shit when you was young.
I think it just depends, bro. It just depends.
My daddy called it playing poker with the world. You know what I'm
Goddamn
saying?
right, that's exactly what it is.
Play poker with the world. You don't let them know how smart you are. You don't let them know how strong you are. Because then they can size you up. You know what I'm saying?
That's their job. You do your job. It's good, that good. Guess what? They don't give you more work. They don't give you no raise.
Yeah.
I didn't work. That's why I work for myself. Because I go to the job. If you work with me, y'all just see me work. So it's like I bust my ass.
Bench at the house, man.
A lot of people don't look at what they doing in a situation, bro.
Got the ropes.
You could be doing some shit to make yourself get treated like that.
Yeah.
But I don't get treated that way because
I'm just saying.
I see other people
to be hot in there.
Like,
but that's why I compare it to a relationship. So you can be like, don't fuck with that girl, she crazy. Nah, you rather a weak ass nigga, and you also like a woman who got her own mind.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
But you
especially when it comes to relationships, I had to make mistakes in the situation. Cause I never saw love, none of that shit.
And that's for me.
You gotta learn through nigga experiences. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta go through.
But see that's what it was for me. I never knew love as far as marriage, marital issues.
That's what I talk to her about all the time.
Man, say this shit.
And my sister's here to validate it.
That ain't no excuse.
Our parents never told us they loved us.
Hold up, what you said? You said it in the excuse. What you mean?
It's not an excuse because I seen the same thing.
Shit,
but I showed it's just all in.
Shit.
Chug it.
Hold up, let me
But not.
It's all in to be like.
Yeah.
You don't have to be that person. You can choose to go down that route, or you can choose another route. You don't necessarily have to choose. That's where the choice kicks in.
Yes, exactly.
At that point in time, it's up to you to make the decision.
That's why y'all still together. We're still together. At the same day, it's like I can't live with.
But see, Shannon, that's why I want to get with you. So we can become better men for our women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if anybody else want to get in on this, I really want to be couples because I'd rather hang out with couples.
I think I can teach y'all more.
Nigga, what you saying? We all grown now. That we all want to do that.
Yeah, I just want to hang out with couples.
Because you know what? Like clubbing and partying is fun for us. But it's not as exciting.
Not just even hanging out with single people, even hanging out with people who are single with no kids.
I mean, you gotta think they ain't got the same responsibilities.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you got to distinguish your friends. You have to distinguish your friends. Like
you gotta know the people that
I
respect
have a friend that I call a family member for lifelong. But at the same time, the shit you do is the same. That's not the shit I do. Yeah. So you want to kick it with me, or we going bowling? We going to put we going to watch go-kart? Yeah. Other than that, we ain't clubbing. We're not clubbing because like nigga, you single, I'm happily married, and I'm not like you're not gonna get me out there with you. And you're not gonna influence me to do this shit.
And I'm not blaming nobody for my actions, but
exactly, I'm not
blaming nobody for my actions.
I'm not gonna give them a chance.
But it was a lot of peer pressure that made me. I'm not gonna say that made me to it, but that really drove me to want to cheat. Because
what you mean? Peer pressure from where?
From my brother, from my cousin, from my daddy.
But not
I'm just saying, man.
That shit all about.
It's not that they peer pressure you to cheat. It's your state of mind. I was weak minded then, so they be like, "Oh yeah, I'm this player, you just mad," and you look at that and you
in
feel
a room full of niggas who felt the same way, bro. At the end of the day,
why does it seem like I'm
But so how many of them niggas respected your relationship then?
Exactly.
Listen,
they got
no, it ain't no purpose. Niggas do shit because they want to do something.
Respect
everything.
His friends, cousins.
And peer pressure might not be the word, but it is a social influence aspect. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why you gotta have your own mind.
That's why.
We've been in all these type of situations. We've been in all these type of situations together, and we all each other's reason to not do this shit. Even if he doing, it's like nigga doing this shit, this nigga single,
exactly. And see,
he gonna tell me not the nigga. You got a girl, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. But it's the nigga that you got.
He told me one time, he said, if I catch you talking to Chris, I'm gonna beat your ass myself.
Say on everything.
On my mama.
I like say she come back, nigga. I heard anything about this shit.
Shannon said several times if we got into arguments, these are the only two niggas I can vent to about a relationship. Shannon said, man, you just go home and talk to your girl, bro. Cause I like y'all and y'all look good together.
Yeah,
so you know when you got people like that in your circle, when you got two dudes like this in your circle can never be broken.
This nigga cried to me trying to tell me why I should be on the straight and narrow. This was like early on in me and my girl shit, but he saw some shit that I ain't see. This nigga cried to me in the fucking car like we about to want to fight type
nigga
of
on
shit.
everything, nigga.
And that's what made me respect it. Like we all done had these type of shit.
We all done had this shit.
Yeah, it's your, you gotta have your own mind.
You gotta have,
if a nigga don't bring up your girl like a reason why you should be faithful to your girl, you don't need to be around them niggas.
I've never been out with these two niggas. I've never been out with them and they try to get me to do something I want to do.
You gotta get rid of that negative energy. That's everything y'all talking about. I agree with. I did. Literally, I did. That's why I'm fucking my brother no more. When we grew up in the 90s, being a player that was the coolest thing to do. How to be a payer, two can play that game, these and all that. You know what I'm saying? Booty call, super fly.
That was teaching us.
Nah, it's not just about learning from a movie. That's all it was to watch. It was the pop culture.
No. But you know what? Y'all say that it was the thing to watch. When I met her, half the shit that we saw, she didn't see.
And I'm not just saying.
So the movie can influence you to do some shit.
Bro,
anything
entertainment wise.
Maybe not you personally. It's weak-mindedness. It's when you have that moment of weak-mindedness. And like you said, you know, you can be like, hey, you tripping, you need to go home to your wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when I was tripping, I didn't have that like I needed. My big brother should have been like.
At the same time, you gotta have a woman that's on that same page because I can't blame every man for what he does because there's some women out here and we've seen them.
But you gotta teach her how to treat you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it ain't all about her understanding where you at, like, cause you might not even be right in the way that you moving. You can't make her understand some fuck shit. But you gonna teach her how to treat you the way that, bruh. Women are more loyal than Cowboys fans. And that's real shit. Like we gotta be taught how to love, bro.
Especially black women.
We don't get taught love as children.
We don't.
That's what
I mean. That's the only reason why I was telling y'all with Landon, like, don't be so hard on these kids, man. I see you, like, you don't be hard on my league. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Not like you used to.
I'm gonna put my kids.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at.
Man,
that's why I sit there. Y'all see, I sit back there and talk to them. Let me learn their mentality. Let me learn their mentality.
I'm gonna make it married by talking to you.
Look, I mean, because I'm gonna break it down to my kids. First of all, from the jump,
what you did,
and then that shit, nigga, they're already smart enough to understand. I'm gonna break it down all the way to where they understand what they did wrong. And then next time it occur, and I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna get loud. Yeah, because you know this is what you're not supposed to do.
Right.
Alright, so I'm reinforming you, nigga, that this is not what you're supposed to do. I don't have to bust your ass, but nigga, I can get loud with you. But as long as I'm steady installing that shit, nigga.
But see, at the same time, you have to realize that these are kids, bro. So a Texas fan is really like,
nigga, no.
They do know. They do know, but at the same time,
can't do that. Listen to us,
bro. Man, let me fuck my 3-year-old daughter, niggas. Man, that smart motherfucker keep out in the fucking house. Nigga,
I'm living. And my 8-year-old daughter can get in there and fix the whole bill for you.
But that's what I'm saying, yeah. So they are smart.
And I know she know, but at the same time, I know certain things mentally.
Don't cut them credits.
She's not mature enough.
It's not credit, but their memory literally is
as long
as their age. So Mackenzie, she can only focus for 8 minutes. She can sit there. But she should be able to sit still for 8 minutes. Like she should be able to sit there. Which 3?
Yeah. You're supposed to be able to sit there for 3 minutes without moving.
Why?
Meditate. Just
like see their
focus. Bro,
yeah, like you give them like coffee in the morning.
Ain't no sense still.
You give kids like slaves used to give coffee with sugar at night to help kids with ADD.
It just depends on what you're doing it for, like what you sitting still for, like not just be.
Nigga, your granny tell you to sit your ass down.
Literally, I'm saying,
literally makes you like.
Okay, look, when you discipline,
you know to sit your ass down.
I'm saying when you discipline somebody, they gotta know what they being disciplined for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can't just tell a motherfucker to do something.
Yeah, and they don't know why they're doing it.
They gon' do it again.
Yeah, most definitely.
Now we don't do we always.
You gotta let them know. Yeah, you're right.
Nah,
they get on me because I don't be really whooping the kids because I feel like my voice, when I raise my voice, is enough.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For that,
even with Landon, you know what I'm saying? Even with Landon, you know? I just want to let these kids know, man, we ain't got to be abusive.
We ain't got to
teach them.
One thing we never forgot. Hey, look.
Mentality, that's trauma.
One thing we never forgot is
going down generation to generation.
Nigga, the ass whooping.
That's one thing and everybody going never forgot was the ass whooping. I don't care if you only had one. That's one thing you never forgot. And sometimes it's traumatizing because
it's super.
All depending on how you got your ass.
But for that same reason is why I don't put hands on my friends. I don't feel like we gotta fight to get an understanding.
I mean,
if I gotta fight with you, like we can fight.
That's your own
rule.
If you make me mad to get mad enough to fight you,
a fist fight.
we can't fuck around no more.
Nigga, if we ain't able to sit here and have a regular ass grown up conversation, nigga, to de-escalate this shit.
Right.
When it comes to blows,
I'll give you a space for 4 days or leave it 2 weeks.
Just exit. I ain't gonna do it the same way when I see you next time.
That's how we did. Man, we got into 2 weeks. Boom. Text message. I don't know who sent the first text message. I really don't. But it got sent.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What I do is my business. Don't look at my cup. Don't look at my cup. Don't look at my cup. You and me, why I hate? They just wanna be us. They just wanna be us. They just wanna be us. Ain't studying no bitch. Can't figure something up. Can't figure something up. Huh, 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 huh.